Hello everybody and welcome to the Real Tarot 1123. This is going to be a reading for my series, which is Wicked Wednesday. And as we all know, everybody is talking about this whole case literally unfold before our eyes. That is Vicky White and the corrections officer and Casey Cole White. Now, I don't have Vicky White's exact date of birth. I looked the best I could. Some of those websites say she's 56. Some say she's 57. I have no idea. Casey, again, I don't have his date of birth, and all I found out was that he's 38 years old, and she shot herself on May 9th, 2022. Now, when I did the whatever it is I do, both of them had the ninth house highly aspected, if you will, or active. So the ninth house does talk about distant travel, and it also talks about the intellect. So before I even get started with the cards and the general energy, I will say that as far as they are concerned, there was a lot of thought put into this. It was not something impulsive where it's like, oh man, okay, so I go into work today, and you know what, I'm just we're scheduled to take him out anyway, I'll just go ahead and I'll take him out, and then we'll just take off. There was a lot of planning, there was a lot of brainstorming, that sort of a thing going on. I do not know how they ever got the opportunity to have long periods of time where they could conduct conversations that would be private just to the two of them. I don't know, I'm sure everything is on camera, but then how come nobody said, hey, why are you spending so much time talking to this guy, or what were you talking about, or whatever. But then again, if she was a corrections officer, I don't know if she had that much of tenure, then how much of an influence did she really have? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use two decks, my spice deck, let's just call it the spice deck, because they're the exact same decks. And then I'm going to pull 3 cards from my overall energy for her, which will be on my left, and on my right 3 cards for Casey, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so here we go. This is for what's her name, Vicky. Okay, this is for Casey. Okay, this is for Vicky. This is for Casey. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll take these two. This is for Vicky. I'm not surprised, y'all. I'm seriously. And this is for Casey. I'm really not surprised. It's like okay. So then I'm going to pull 1 card each for out of these. This is, am I surprised? Not at all. This is for her, what's her name, Vicky. And let's pull, no, I'm going to shuffle this one for this guy. And the Magician. Y'all, cards, I'm telling you, it's unbelievable how the cards pop out, it's just crazy. Anywho, so like I said, I have 2 decks, right? See, one is here, I'm going to use for Vicky, and I have this. I mean, they're the exact same deck, so I'm going to use, so we'll see. Okay, so let's take a look before I even use those things. So she's got Pisces, Virgo, and Scorpio. Now remember, I said I do not have a date of birth. I just know that some say she's 56, some say she's 59, so I don't know. Pisces in the astrology, right, if you will, is the 12th house. So Pisces is a completion of the whole astrological whatever, right? Now Pisces also, according to astrology, yes, I know this is a tarot channel, but I'm going to delve into a little bit of astrology. Pisces typically has a little bit of every single sign preceding it. Okay, Now, the 12th house, which Pisces, signifies, talks about karma, hidden supports, institutions, and such matters. Now, Virgo, as we know, is the sixth house in astrology, okay? And the sixth house talks about work, health, discipline, and habits. Scorpio is the eighth house, and eighth house talks about wills, secret, occult, death, energy, finances. Are we surprised at all? So think about it. 12th house, karma, hidden supports, and institutions. Obviously, she was working for an institution, and 12th house is also restrictive. So a restrictive institution would be something like the corrections facility, right? Jail and that sort of a stuff. So I'm not surprised at all. And it also talks about karma. So I do believe this was her almost karmic, that she would be working over there in an institution and organization such as that. Now, with the sixth house, it talks about work, health, discipline, and habits. Now, I'm going to say that because the Scorpio card is following that, I'm going to say with this Virgo card, which represents the sixth house, she could have been disciplined, she could have been focused on work, dedicated to work, that sort of a thing. But there were certain habits she had which were not necessarily ideal, okay? And maybe also as far as did she have discipline over certain issues in her life? I think she lacked discipline in certain areas of her personal life, not so much the work aspect. So I do believe she kind of struggled with a little bit of maintaining healthy habits and being disciplined about those things. And I'm also going to say that there were some things that she kind of 2026, that's 8 again, some things that she kind of purposefully overlooked, and she's like, yeah, to heck with it, right? Now let's take a look at the 8th house. It does talk about wills, secrets, sexual energy, death, finances, etc. Now, what they're saying about her having a secret life or whatever it is that they have announced on the news, I am going to say I believe it, because the cards are itself showing it's a lot to do with a lot of secrets, a lot to do with, being secretive, even as far as her finances are concerned. And it's not just her finances. Generally, it's almost like a split personality. There's a certain part of her life where it's very, very private, and she doesn't show it out to a lot of people. And there's that other profile or the part of her life that everybody knows. So if you think you know her, you actually don't, that type of a thing. And then you have 17, which is the Aquarius card, right? And what is Aquarius? Now, Aquarius is the 11th house in astrology, right? And this talks about like-minded people, groups, and friends. And this card also talks about her being, in a way, helpful. See, but that's the thing. I do believe, as much as she might have had a secret life and yada yada, all those things, there was a certain aspect of her which she would be susceptible to helping people who actually weren't deserving of help, right? In the sense that in certain aspects of her life, she was an enabler. Now, whether you look at her past history, when she was a young girl, when she dated, or when she got married, or whatever, or moving on into her life, it was almost like she kind of took solace in saying that, okay, I'll help you, I'll figure it out, and to certain people with certain agendas, in other words, criminal people. But it's really odd, because when you look at her career, she's a corrections officer, right? So is she there to help people, or is she there to manage people, right? And on the other hand, she would be susceptible and gullible to falling into these traps of helping people. And those people were not necessarily, upfront and clean with her, right? They could have also had hidden agendas and that sort of a thing. So do you get where I'm going? Okay. So now for him, this doofus, Casey, we have Capricorn, which is the 10th house of the zodiac, and 10th house talks about reputation, morals, and life goals, and Uranus, which rules Aquarius, okay, and Aquarius is the 11th house, like-minded people, groups, and friends, and then we have the moon card, which is a Pisces card, okay. So here we go again. A lot of people say moon represents, what's the word, Cancer or Pisces. I'm going to go with Pisces here. And the moon also represents emotions and that sort of thing. So they do have some commonalities. One is Pisces, one is Aquarius. So the 10th house, as I said, represents career, reputation, morals, and life goals. Very, very questionable, because Uranus shows up, and Uranus is all about sudden shocks and changes. And then the moon card with Pisces, it talks about karma, hidden supports, institutions, hidden agendas, that sort of a thing. So there's a lot of negative, nefarious shadow aspect of his character, which is more prominent than the lighter aspect of this his character. This guy, I don't think this is the last time he's going to attempt to break out. I don't think. If he hasn't done that in the past, I'm sure he must have tried. This is the one time, but I have a feeling he's going to try something funny again, because see, he's got the Magician card, and the Magician card in the traditional tarot, let me move my beautiful thing here. Where shall I keep it? Here, let's just keep it here. The Magician card talks about having the ability to summon new ideas, having the creativity, having the ability to literally, create magic in terms of illusions, creating illusions to overcome people, right? So this guy is very adept at that, almost like, I'm going to say he's the kind of a guy who will be like, very good at manipulating people. And this is not just because of how he was able to manipulate Vicky. To a certain extent, he did manipulate her, but she also wanted to do this. Let's face that, okay? Let's not just say that he threatened her and he manipulated. She voluntarily also wanted to independently, her own decision-making skills or lack thereof, she also wanted to do this. It's not that he forced her. I wouldn't say 100% is his fault. She is equally responsible for getting into this situation. But with the Magician card over here, he does have the ability to almost create illusions and somehow by his speech, by his mannerisms, literally overcome people, and people buy into his bullcrap. I mean, this guy is gifted that way, but tell me which criminal isn't, right? And I don't think this guy is a dummy. He's pretty smart. But having said that, let's move on. So I'm shuffling this deck for her and a shuffle deck, and as we go we'll draw out the cards, okay? So I got the Four of Cups, okay? Now, and I got the King of Cups for Vicky, right? And I got the Ten of Cups. Oh my God. Am I surprised at all? Absolutely not. I don't know. Maybe I want to take out two more cards. But yeah, let's do a 5 on this one. We have the Knight of Cups. Oh my goodness. So much of emotions. And then I'll get the bottom one. And then we have the Two of Wands. Okay, that's for her. So, do I have place even? All right, let's try and there we go. Okay, there we go. Right, make some more space here. All right. Now for him, the same thing. I'm going to pull 5 cards, right? She's got a lot of, oh my God, what is this? Annoying me. She's got a lot of Cups energies. The only thing that she got over here, see, Pisces is a water sign, Scorpio is a water sign. She's got Knight of Cups, King of Cups, Four of Cups, 10 of Cups. Aquarius is the only air sign, and she's got Two of Wands, the only fire sign. And he's got Pisces, he's got Aquarius, he's got Capricorn. Yeah, he's got a lot of earth and earth energy. Well, let's see. She's got a lot. Oh yeah, she does have Virgo, which is an earth sign. Y'all, all that moaning and groaning, I know I say it every time, and yet I get emails from people saying, oh my God, what was that weird noise? Like, sounded like a demon or an animal or something. Yeah, it is an animal. It is my dog, okay? My Saint Bernard. So please, it's not a demon. Get over yourselves. We have the Ace of Wands, okay? Then I'm going to do the same thing, pull 5 cards for him. I'm going to take these 2. Then we have the 7 of Cups. Am I surprised? Not at all. Indulgence. It's creating that illusion, self-sabotaging. We have the Page of Pentacles over here, right? Not surprised. Then we have the King of Swords, all right? And then we have the Page of Wands. Okay, absolutely. The cards are like... So for her, let's take it from the top. So with the 4 of Cups in the traditional tarot, talks about unfulfillment, feeling unfulfilled, feeling emotionally unfulfilled, feeling emotionally kind of sad that, this is really not what I wished for. Not that she was completely unfulfilled, it's just that she was dissatisfied with her lot, and she has been that way for a long time. I do believe that even though she might have had some power, if you will, and power, as we know, is an illusion, right? I mean, at least. And she might have been known in her community as being somebody who was very steady and stable and that sort of a thing, but there was a lot of dissatisfaction and feeling very unfulfilled in life. And the reason I say that is because for her, whoever she was married to somebody, right? Thomas Edward White, and she divorced him or whatever. I think I read that she was 6 years younger than him or something. That's all I know. I don't have any other details. Now, being consistently over a period of time, feeling unfulfilled, feeling like I haven't been able to find that happiness, that peace, that fulfillment, she began to suppress her emotions, suppress her feelings, keep them under a lid, like not be so demonstrative or open to show them. So she started like kind of almost squashing that aspect of her nature, because she's like, okay, for all these years I haven't been able to find that fulfillment or satisfaction, so I'm just going to disregard it henceforth and strike that off my personality, like remove that character trait from my personality. And there's also this constant great need for wanting to find the stability. So it's like she was always in a quandary. I know I want that stability. I know I want that 10 of Cups, that happiness, this family, that whole shebang. I mean, I have a steady job, and yeah, I get paid well. I have tenure. People around town know me for who I am. But that constantly wanting to pursue having that perfect family life, having that perfect love and relationship and kids and the whole shebang, and also knowing her past experiences where her emotions were never, her affections were never reciprocated the way she expected them to. She would go through these fluctuating moments of, to heck with it, I don't care to, but I really want it, kind of a thing. And then you have the Knight of Cups. Now here, this is very interesting, because he has got the Knight of Swords and she's got the Knight of Cups. It's pretty cool. So Knight of Cups does talk about, Prince Charming, romantic proposals, that sort of a thing. So I do believe that's how she got caught with this fool, because, we know he's the magician. He has the ability to create magic and cast a spell. And he brought in, a very smart guy, he brought in this element of charm and, I will offer you this emotional support. I'm here for you. Doesn't matter that I'm on this side of the fence and you're on that side, or this side of the bars and you're on that side. That doesn't mean that I'm not capable of offering that stable emotional support that you need. Because for her it was more a sense of wanting to belong. As much as she may have been professionally secure and stable, she still felt very unfulfilled and very incomplete, and he was able to tap into that, her innate need for wanting to find that. And that's how he kind of manipulated her emotions and said, here I am, I'm the Prince Charming, I'm coming with you to you with this great proposal of being able to offer you all of this stuff and all of this stuff that you need and you deserve, and it's about time you experience the joys and happiness of relationships, etc. Now after that we do have the two of wands. Now I will tell you, this two of wands is all about waiting for results, to make a choice, thinking a lot about it, and also travel plans. These cards are just unbelievable. Okay, travel plans, right? Wanting to kind of let me see if I can move my see how I've laid out the cards. There you go. All right, I'm just going to turn it back up because anyway. And she with this two of wands, there was a lot of thought given, there was a lot of planning, and they waited for the right moment and opportunity which they knew was going to pop up. And she could have also facilitated, like hurrying that up a little bit. A lot of planning, a lot of thought, and travel plans. They did have it all pat down, man. They were like step 1, step 2, step 3. Like they took a while to plan all this stuff. I don't know how long he was in the same prison as she was and how many months they had to get to know each other, whatever. I don't know. But this took a little bit of planning and pretty meticulous. And I think to a certain extent, I will say this though, she knew that she was going to be taking a chance. She knew she was going to take a chance. Anyway, let's move on. We'll pull the final cards and then we'll get a better understanding of that. For him here, we have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands right under Capricorn. Capricorn is a 10th house, reputation, morals, life goals, and Capricorn is also a very earth sign. Capricorn can be a little bit controlling. It's ruled by Saturn. It could be restrictive. He could be the kind of a person who is, again, I don't have his date of birth, etc., but based on the cards, somebody who is very good at manipulation. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all Capricorns are like that. No, every sun sign has a percentage of those who are, transparent. I mean, let's rephrase that. Criminals come in all shapes and forms, and criminals could all have different birthdays and different sun signs, right? So let's not get our knickers in a twist, because then I'll get people who are Capricorns emailing me saying, oh, but Kirtana, just so you know, not, yeah, that has happened in the past. That's why I address it now. And let me throw in my disclaimer, right? This is for entertainment purposes only. These are my opinions and my observations. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, and form your own conclusions. Now, Capricorn could also be a very carnal type of an energy, okay? They are all about sexuality. They're all about, yes, career, reputation, morals, and life goals, but it's all about the masculinity. It's also very deviant sexual dependencies, addictions, attractions, wanting to control somebody or dominate somebody, from that aspect, in that aspect. And then also the Ace of Wands says, okay, I'm going to make the decisions here. Like, I am the man. I'm going to make the decisions because this is going to affect my life goals. So yes, I need your help. Yes, all that blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, I have this great need and this urge to create a situation, an environment, an opportunity, which is going to benefit me and me alone. So again, a lot of manipulation, a lot of masculinity, it's all about the drive and that sort of a thing. Now, they did have personal, intimate relationships, and he was quite, let me say, demanding, and she was quite participative too. It's not that she didn't want to have intimate relationships with him. I do believe she enjoyed it and also willingly participated. Then we have the Seven of Cups, right? The Seven of Cups on the Magician card as well as the Uranus card. Remember, Uranus talks about, sudden changes and shocks. And the magician talks about creating illusions and dreams and these painting fancy pictures, building castles in the air. And then you have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is overindulgence. Seven of Cups is a gaslighting card. Seven of Cups is all about, here, let me show you what's on the other side of the fence. Look, everything on the other side of the fence is a lot better than what you have now. Again, creating that illusion, that sort of a thing. But here's the very key element here is, he was very cognizant of the fact that the other side of the fence isn't necessarily, grass on the other side isn't necessarily the greenest, but he was willing to take a chance. But for her, the way he presented that whole picture is that, look at this, look how we can have this, we can do this, we can have all that sort of a thing. She bought into it. The sad thing is, as much as she might have worked with criminals or in a facility where she has interacted with criminals, for so many years of her life, she was still susceptible. And then you have the Page of Pentacles, right? So with the Page of Pentacles, as we know, it talks about, money, job, bringing in a monetary aspect to this. So with the Pisces over there, right, the 12th house, and he definitely was greatly lacking in a financial aspect, obviously, right? He didn't have access to much funds, etc. However, he did paint a picture that, look, after a certain point, like, now I need you to float me, but once we get over the other side, whichever the other side was, I assume freedom, I'm going to say freedom, then not that they would have ever been free. I mean, they would have always been like, on America's Most Wanted list for sure. But again, remember, creating the illusion. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did plan on leaving the country, but over a period of time. I would be able to take care of you and pay you back and that sort of a thing. And then you have the King of Swords, again creating the delusion, right? And then you have the King of Swords. Now, King of Swords is somebody who is very strategic in their thinking, who has no problem slicing and dicing, who has no problem cutting to the chase, and right under the Capricorn and the Ace of Wands. So this person, what's his face's name? Casey, very, very smart strategically. Like people underestimate him. Well, clearly they did, but people underestimate him. He does a lot of thinking. He very manipulative and also very strategic in his step 1, step 2, step 3. He has that ability. He's a smart guy. But here's the thing. Okay, he is not afraid he's not afraid. Well, let's back up. The Swords air energy is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So for him, he's not afraid to make a decision. He's not afraid to basically instantly, if something doesn't work for him, cut ties right then and there with absolutely no remorse. Somebody who has no problem using people to serve his own purpose and needs, as clearly is the case. But he has always been like that. I don't know much about his background except that he's in prison for murdering another lady. But he has always been very manipulative, very callous, doesn't give a flip about people. What are you going to do for me? Right? Okay, I need you. Okay, I'm going to get you to do all this because I'm a magician. I know how to manipulate you. And once you're done, like, I have no need for you. So has no problem cutting ties like that. And then you have the Page. He's got Page of Pentacles and Page of Wands. You're very interesting. Then he's got the Page of Wands. And Page of Wands does talk about having the wherewithal to create new projects and come up with new ideas on the go. Right? On the go. So not only does he have this ability to make quick, fast decisions, but not opposed to using people and discarding them. No remorse. Well, he's a criminal. He has no remorse. So being able to change plans and take actions on the go. Very good at that. Now let's draw. I'm going to keep this short, but I'm going to draw. I'm sure there's going to be a couple of another reading I might do for them if somebody can email me or give me information with regards to their date of birth and etc. Because this was impulsive. I was actually going to do something else, pick on another a case, but I decided to do this, so really no time in, okay, okay, so she does have the Ten of Wands, okay, feeling very burdened. She does have the Judgment card, and I'm going to pull one more card for her. Let's take it from the top. And she has Justice. Oh my God. Ooh, are we surprised or what? Well, we shouldn't be, right? Because for him, we have the Six of Cups, right? And we have the Page of Swords. He's got, except for the Page of Cups, he's got all the pages here. And the Eight of Wands. Look at that. Okay, so for her, Ten of Wands, absolutely, absolutely, she felt very, very burdened, and she felt whatever she might have had going on in her life. I do believe that, yeah, she did love this guy, she did fall in love with him, yada, yada, whatever. But I do believe she felt like, it's now or never. Like, I'm feeling so burdened. When am I ever going to accomplish this? There was a certain part of her brain that said, you are taking a chance, don't do it. But then on the other hand, she was like, okay, what else do I have to live for? So I don't know what else might have been going on with her. Did she have any mental health issues? Did she have any physical health issues? I don't know any of that. But she certainly felt very, very burdened. And also the fact that there was nothing, nobody left for her, like feeling very burdened, emotionally burdened, feeling like she was tired of this whole trajectory of her career, her life, physically tired, lacking energy to and the motivation to continue to live, if you will. Was she suicidal? I would say she might have had such tendencies. I think they might have popped up more like 4 or 5 years ago. She might have contemplated the thought about killing herself or anything like that, or something like that. But she certainly felt very burdened, emotionally burdened, although she felt that she really loved him and he loved her, but still there was a feeling of burden on her. And then we look at the Judgment card, right? The Judgment card is a Pluto card. Now remember, Pluto rules Scorpio, and she does have Scorpio here too, right? So what does the Judgment card say? It talks about forgive and forget, looking forward to happy times, making a decision such that, making a decision and not caring for what people thought of her decision, not caring for how that was going to impact anybody, not caring for anything. It was almost like, this is my opportunity to make an announcement, make a statement. Although why she had to do that, I don't know. Did she have anything to prove to anybody else but herself? I don't know. But it's like, I have made this decision, I'm going to go for it, regardless of how many people know and don't know, regardless of how many people agree or disagree. I don't care, I'm just going to go for it. But there was also this, as much as she felt emotionally burdened, she still felt that maybe there's a small chance that, see, she's got 2 10s, she's got the 10 of Cups and 10 of Wands. Maybe there's a small chance that I will be able to find peace, right? So the back and forth, I do believe she was emotionally quite unstable too. I'm going to say that now based on the way these cards are popping out. And she was hoping that, all right, fine, I'm just going to go for it and do it. And Justice card. Now the Justice card is a Libra card, right? Now remember, for him, he has very intense air energy, and here she has, does she have any other air energy? No, she doesn't. Yeah, only Aquarius. So with the Justice card, it talks about decisions, etc. So she could have said, no, I'm not doing it, even in the last minute. She could have said, nope, we're not doing this. But she chose to. And she felt that would be once she made that decision, she kind of felt very liberated. Okay, she kind of felt that now everything is going to balance out. I'm going to go so far as to say this chick might have been suicidal. She might have. Very strong feeling she was suicidal, and she did have mental health issues. This is like her taking the ropes in her hands and making the decision that would impact her life and whoever. But she felt that she was justified. She felt that it would liberate her. She felt free. She felt like, finally, I'm doing it. It's over. Whichever way it turns out, it's over, right? Now, let's look at this guy. A lot of planning went into. Oh, wait, I already drew cards for him. What am I saying? So he has the Six of Cups, Page of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. Now, Six of Cups does talk about having a sense of going back to the way certain things were, wishing things were a certain way like in the past, wishing somebody else from his past could have been here to help him, also wishing that he could have done this in the past. Like, he feels that this came about too late. He feels like he could have done this earlier, accomplished this earlier. But here's the thing, I do believe that, look at that, he did kind of, in a way, was hoping that this would work out with her, right? Now, would he have stuck to her? Would he have utilized all the money and killed her? I don't know all of that. But there was a certain element of mutual physical attraction, and also wishing that he could have manipulated her and tapped into her, whatever, and utilized her, I'm going to say earlier. He feels that they should have done this at least 6 months earlier than when they did. Then you have the Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords does talk about, there is a lot of gossip, there's a lot of prying eyes and that sort of that thing. I'm going to say there are certain people within the prison or the jail system who kind of sort of knew something was up, everything is not right, but they didn't speak up. Okay? They didn't speak up, or rather they didn't have a chance to do it because they went from planning to taking action really fast, right? Yes, I did say that they had time to plan. So whoever these people were, the prying eyes and the people who knew something was amiss, they knew something was going to happen, but they didn't expect it to happen so soon, and it did. Okay? But like they say, you see something, say something. Well, clearly they are either criminals in prison who knew, or some of the prison guards also who knew that something was amiss, but they didn't speak up. And I doubt if they're going to speak up now, because they'll be like, oh shoot, if we speak up now, then they're going to, haul our butts over coal and say, well, why didn't you say that earlier? We could have stopped this, and they could be reprimanded or even lose their jobs or go to jail. So for enabling and assisting a criminal to run away type of thing. So people kind of knew what was going on. There was a lot of talk about it, but man, they didn't expect them to do it so soon. They thought, it's like, well, I didn't expect it to happen so soon. That's what they're going to be saying. So I'm going to stop at that. I am sure there will be another reading for this case at some point in time. Like I said, if any of you know her date of birth or his date of birth, email me or put it in the comment section, and maybe sometime in the near future I might do another update of this case. So thank you very much, everybody. I really do appreciate you all. To my subscribers, thank you so very much for your ongoing support. I love you. I appreciate you. And for those of you who haven't yet subscribed, hey, come on, subscribe. What are you doing, right? Hit the bell icon, give me a thumbs up. I do appreciate it. I won't lie, it does help with the analytics. And also, if you're looking for a personal tarot reading, please do visit my website, www.therealtarot1123.com. It's very interactive, very user-friendly, and also, if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so very much. Blessed be.